Welcome back to part 3 of our JVC 150 tutorial. Today we're going to show you how to put this camera into manual mode and how to operate it in manual mode. Step 1, putting the camera into manual mode. Now if you remember in the last episode we put it into automatic mode. We're just using the same thing. We're going to put it into manual mode. We want to make sure that it says M on the top of the screen. In our case, it does say M, but if it says A for automatic, all you got to do is just press the full auto button until it changes to an M. All right, so if it says A auto on the screen, just press that button twice, and then it changes to manual. Cool. So step 2, shutter speed. So for video, we don't really change the shutter speed much. Here in a PAL region, it's set to 1/50 of a second. To change that value on the JVC 150, what you got to do is the following. First, check on the screen what your shutter value is. In this case, it does say 1/50. To change that value, you press the shutter button here. You'll notice that the number gets selected, and you can use this rocker here to change the value up and down, right? So I'm just going to change it to 1/50, and then push it in to lock it back in to place. And that's how you change your shutter. Cool. If that shutter value is not showing, just press the shutter button here to make it show up until it says the shutter value. Cool. All right. Next, iris. Iris is what controls your brightness or exposure of your image. To change your iris in manual mode, you gotta check a couple things. One, you want to make sure that at the bottom of the screen there's an F value showing. Right? In this case, there's no F value showing. That means that it's in automatic iris mode, which you remember from the previous episode. To change it to manual iris mode, you want to press the iris A/M button, which I will do right now because I don't remember where it's at, like here. Press it, and you'll notice on the screen there is an F value showing, right? I'll press that again. That's the wrong button. I'll press it again, right here. Look at the F value. Right, cool. Right, so it's showing right now, I think. Right, and then once it's showing, you can use this wheel on the side. You can use this wheel, and if you move it up or down, that F value will change, and correspondingly, your image will get darker or brighter depending on your F value. Right, so that's how you change your iris in manual mode. All right, next, to put your camera onto manual focusing, what you want to make sure is on the side of the screen, this right side of the screen, it says MF. If it says AF, what you want to do is you want to press a button on the side of the camera, right here, until it says MF. Right, so I'll press it, and it should say MF right now. But if I press it again, it says AF. And notice I know what it says because Roy over there is nodding. Roy number 2. So AF, MF. AF. I don't know what to say. MF right now. AF. So here's MF. Right. So that's how you change it between autofocus and manual focus. To focus now, there's a couple things you want to do, or there's one thing you want to check and one thing you got to do. One, check this toggle here where it says focus and zoom. You want to make sure that toggle is set to the focus setting. Focus. If you don't put it there, then you can't use this wheel to focus. Right. So it's up. And then to focus, you actually use this wheel to manually focus, right? And that's how you do manual focusing on the camera. Cool? All right, next, step 4 or 5. Next, gain. What is gain? Well, in video camera terms, gain is essentially your ISO. It's the sensitivity of your sensor to light. To change your gain, at least very simply, what you got to do is at the bottom of the camera, there's a little switch that says L, M, or H. All right, it corresponds to low, medium, or high. All right, so if it's on L, it's on the least sensitive setting. If it's M, a little more sensitive, and high, the most sensitive setting. You can just switch that up or down to change the gain. Now you can check the LCD screen to see that the image is changing. Right, and that's how you change your gain. Or ISO if it's easier for you. Cool. Finally, the last thing to use this camera in manual mode, white balance. I know they said later, but I'm gonna do it right now. It's very easy. If you're scared, what you wanna do is to change your white balance, you wanna make sure that that lever that's next to gain, it says A, B, and then PRST for preset. Set it to A or B, all right? And then you point your camera at a white sheet of paper, and then at the front of the camera, there's a button that says AWB. You press that button, and it's gonna take a white balance setting, and that's pretty much it. That's how you do white balance. So that's pretty much all the settings you need to change to turn it into a manual capable camera. You can do manual focus, manual iris. If you want manual shutter, you could do it. You can change your white balance, and you can also adjust the sensitivity of your camera. And that's pretty much all you need to be able to use the camera to its limits. If you have any questions, again, feel free to email jmsctech@gmail.com and someone will reply. If not, leave a comment below and we'll get to you eventually. But until next time, later.